All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Passionately Speaking, our weekly public speaking training call. And we just had Thanksgiving. We just listened to some fun stories about Thanksgiving and what happens. And if you have a fun story that you want to share that happened with you and your family, please share it. Because when you share those stories, then it just gets them down to a different level in your mind and in your soul and in your heart. And it's always something that you just might need to pull out, not only at another family gathering, but it might be something you want to pull out and add to a speech. And that's how I came up with a few of my great stories. I just told them to somebody and they said, that's a great story. You should put that in a speech. That's a story with a lesson. That's whatever. So always share stories. And the crazier, the better. So share them out loud and see and listen. You might just have some gem there that you can add to a speech. And Carol, I think you have something there that you can add to a speech. No matter, I mean, it could be a metaphor for a million things, no matter, I mean, it's like bronze. I see bronze versus, in this little teapot, and no matter how much bronze you have, you may not be able to open it or, all kinds of things that you can have. It doesn't always have to, it doesn't have to be a Thanksgiving dinner story. But anyway, so think of what happened if any crazy things happen with your family that's noteworthy. Now, I was just telling Carol and Dawn, my family's very laid back. In other words, they're kind of boring. So there was no stories that came out of that. I'll tell you that. So if you have a crazy family, welcome them because that's where the stories come from. And we have another chance, right? Because now we have Christmas coming. So who knows when you get together with friends and family, what crazy things may happen. But be watching and have your phone with you and take videos of those as well, because you never know when you want to capture a golden moment. All right. So tonight we're going to talk about a little bit about the holidays as we enter the holidays, because there's going to be times where you may be asked to speak and not like at a networking event, not maybe, your regular business presentation, but some sort of holiday presentation. A lot of people out there think, oh, well, you're a speaker and you can speak on anything, right? You know, they don't know that maybe you specialize in the health area or the finance area or spiritual area. They just want you to speak on anything. But we never want to turn down a speaking opportunity, and we will always say yes and figure it out later. So that's what this topic is about. It's the art of um, the occasion of holiday versus business, right? The art of what did I call it? Not occasion. What is it? The art of occasion. I didn't write it all down. The art of occasion, holiday versus business speaking. And we have Claudine coming in. So what happens? Hi, Claudine. What happens when we're giving a holiday speech and not a business speech? I mean, what is the difference, is what this topic is all about. What is the difference between the two? Because you're going to be used to being business. You're going to be used to always doing business. And it's not that you can't bring in your business, but it can't be all business. So there's going to be different levels. Sometimes, like I've been asked, okay, I want you to talk about public speaking, but I want you to talk about it at our holiday party, right? Or sometimes they just might say, I want you to speak about something motivational at our holiday party. Now, one thing you want to think about is holiday party. If they say holiday party, then something should go whoop, because there's one thing there at almost every holiday party that you're going to have to contend with as a speaker. What do you think that one thing is?
Alcohol.
Alcohol. Absolutely. So it's really important for you to find out, when are you going to be speaking? Is it like before the food, because the alcohol will pour more after the food? Is it before or is it after? Is it, is there anything else going on? I mean, you really, really have to ask questions because the regular structure of the meeting, as they regular, if you know what that meeting is like, could be changed, altered, and totally turned upside down. So you need to find out what is the structure and when are you going to speak, even before you develop your talk. Because if you know you're speaking after they've already drank, like maybe you find out there's a social hour ahead of time, right? Where everybody's networking, right? But they're networking around the bar. I call it bar working, right? They're bar working. They're drinking and socializing and all of that. So that could happen a whole hour before you speak. Now, where's the food? Oh, is there appetizers? Or is there no food? Because if there's no food, then they're going to get a lot drunker, right? On a few drinks than if it was with a lot of food. So really, really important. And why I say that is this. When you speak to people as a speaker, when you speak, again, whether it's, a big difference between business and holiday speaking is that there's alcohol. That's obvious, one big difference. And when you're speaking to that kind of a group and there is alcohol, now not 100% of people drink. Yes, I get that. But enough of them will that it could and may affect your presentation. And this is what I mean by that is this. Number one, you don't want to do anything real serious. All right. You don't want to get into anything like, sad story, anything really profound, right? You need to keep it light, really light and fun and bubbly. That's number one. All right. So whether you're talking about your business again or motivation, I like to keep it more motivational, more rah, 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 right? Here's what you can do. Make sure I put public speaking in there, but I'm not teaching them, here's how to speak. You need to, you need to rehearse 5 times, whatever. I'm not giving them that how-tos. They won't remember it anyway, and they'll make fun of it, right? So I just keep it really, really light, really fun. Number one is keep it light. Keep your topic, keep your content really light and fun and just light. Nothing really serious, no serious stories. Number two, audience participation. A lot of it. A lot of it. Right? So this is when you bring somebody upstage. You want to speak less and move more during these kind of presentations. It's not about you. You have got to turn everything to your audience. Bring up the biggest joker, right? Maybe not the biggest drinker, but the biggest like loud mouth kind of joker, right? Because then that will put him in kind of in his place and he'll be in front of everybody and then he, performing and you'll see he'll behave. He won't be he won't be worse, the fear is he's going to be worse. No, when they're there and they're safe around their friends, that's when they get loudmouth. That's when they get to be hecklers. You call them out and bring them up to be with you all by themselves, and guess what? All of a sudden they get a little shy and a little quiet. Okay? Have you ever seen that? Yeah, it works. So bring the loudmouth, bring the life of the party. Now, if they're stumbling drunk, obviously no, just kind of forget that person. Let them, fall asleep on their own. So, you have to, you'll be scanning the audience when you're sharing your professional story and stuff like that. And you really want to scan them. And you'll find that person. If there's a social hour ahead of time, that's when you want to look for those people, right? That's when you want to look for them, go, ha, 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 right? That kind of thing. So make sure a lot of audience participation, a lot of group audience participation, give them high fives, give them jobs to do. So number three, give them jobs to do that they have to let go of their drink, right? High fives, touch your heart, Go and meet somebody, go and give them a job. Like, okay, go and find somebody in the audience with blue eyes and let them walk around a little bit. Yeah. Is it taken away from your presentation? You could feel that way, but again, don't try to teach them anything. Let them have a good time because they're already having a good time. And that's what people that drink want. They want social time, they want talking time, they want visiting time. So make it part of your presentation. Make it part of it, but give them specific direction. Go find somebody with blue eyes and look at them and say hello or whatever. Go and meet somebody that looks like you. Go and meet somebody that has red on just like you. I mean, whatever it is, be very specific, be very clear, but make it easy. Easy to find somebody with red on or somebody with blue eyes, right? Somebody with brown hair. Don't make it too difficult because they'll get agitated, frustrated, and give up and not play. You want them to play, right? Now, so those are three things you're going to do. What is number one? What was number one? You wrote it
Keep
down?
it light.
Yes, keep it light. Keep your topic light, your content light. Number two?
Before the
Audience
alcohol.
participation.
Involved.
Yeah, find the loudmouth, right? Bring him up in front of the group. And then three?
Give them a job to do.
Yeah. Make it a party and interactive for everybody. So those are different exercises. Now, also, number four, you're not going to sell anything. I'm sorry. Forget about selling anything. They're not going to buy. They won't remember. Just forget about it. Now, I didn't say don't have a close. I said don't worry about them buying anything. So you're going to need to think about this close. Now, we're going to talk about this a little bit. So what could you do? And imagine right now you're at a Christmas party and you're speaking. Now, normally Christmas parties, you get to speak for about 20 minutes. They don't, they're not an hour, but they're not 5 minutes. They're usually a good substantial amount of time, 20, 30 minutes. You're kind of like the keynote, right? They want entertainment, believe me. So, and I'll give you a couple examples of me doing this. I don't prefer it. I'm going to tell you right now, honestly, as a speaker, I do not like talking at holiday parties. I do not like it. I will do it, but it's not like, oh boy, goody, 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 yay, woohoo. Why? Because of that, because it's not business oriented. And I'm a business speaker, right? I'm a business speaker. I want to go, I want to get business. So I don't prefer it, but always speak. It's a good experience for you. So I have to close, and they're going to be drinking. They're really not going to be paying attention right then. What can I do to maybe get something later? Who has an idea?
You could have a drawing, but they probably won't have business cards. So you could do some sort of a drawing where you would give them something that they could fill out and have a pretty gift wrapped in holiday dressing, whatever you want it to be, that you could collect names and emails and phone numbers on. You just would have to have that form because they won't have business cards.
Bingo. Okay, you're right on, Jackie, because they're at a party.
Yeah, and you have to have pens too, because they won't have pens.
A lot of times they're not going to have business cards. So take 3x5 cards yourself. Take pens. You don't want a big form because if they see some big form, it's like, keep it little tiny, keep it simple. Just give me your name, phone number, and email address. Something very, very simple, right? And do a drawing that way. I love the idea. Yes, make it a holiday, make it a gift. I don't know about wrapping it because then they won't see it, but we'll certainly put a bow on it, play up the whole Christmas spirit. Carol, you had your hand up?
Yeah, I wondered if you could do something like I don't know, a fun thing as well as a close, like a quiz, or somewhere where they would answer a question or two and leave their name and phone number on the form. I don't know if that would work, but it would be kind of light and entertaining as well.
I think you could do it if you orchestrated it right and kept track of the time.
Yeah.
Something like that, the time could get away from you. So as long as it's clean questions, easy questions, and the game is, everybody knows the rules of the game, whether they're raising their hands or filling out some or whatever. I think as long as you're clear and can control it from getting out of hand, remember they're drinking. So a
Yeah.
lot of times we go to seminars and we see the speaker opens it up and it's hard to rally people back. So that's what you have to think of, only because of time. But I love the idea. And yeah, and you might even could do that maybe in the middle of the speech and not at the end, but it still be a call to action or like a close. You see what I
Hmm.
mean? Okay.
Yeah.
See, rules change now. If it, again, if it's managing the crowd, take that close and put it in the middle, right after the meet, and play around a little bit with it before you go into the actual 5-step close. That's perfectly okay because it's not a regular circumstance.
Hmm.
What what do you want to add?
Yeah, when Carol was saying that, what went through my head when she said some sort of a game, you could have a small mason jar with Christmas M&Ms in it and have people guess how many M&Ms are in it. Turn in the number on a card, write their name and all their contact information.
I love that idea. And that way they don't have to get up or raise their hand or, yeah, yeah, something like that where it's a game where they could do it right from their seat or put it on the card. Like you say, you have to enter, you have to put your name, your email address, your phone number, and then guess how many jelly beans are in the jar. Jelly bellies are in the or ornaments. You could have a big jar of ornaments and say how many ornaments are in the jar, and the one that comes close will win this. And then you could have your gift, Jackie, something really nicely wrapped or nice, big bow on it, you know. And I would make, instead of your normal, whatever you would give, like a book or something like that, I would recommend something bigger at a holiday party, like maybe it's all three of your books, Jackie, right? And stacked up and bow around it, or it's a book and a something, or it's or it's a nice basket. You want it where people really want that gift, so they'll participate because they're this close to going, meh, I don't want to, right? So you have to entice them a lot more when they have some alcohol in them. They just want it to end, They just want to get back to the food or get back to whatever it is they're doing. So know that. Yeah. Good idea, ladies. Good idea. Anybody else? Karen, did you have an idea? You look like you had an idea.
Well, I was just thinking like you could even use a QR code and you could say, just give me the answer and make it a fun question.
Okay, what would the QR code do?
Or would take it to some kind of a document that you had online and they could just answer the fun question there. But maybe it's too complicated for people who,
Probably a little more complicated than they'll want to do at that.
yeah. I mean, you could just say how many jelly beans or how many ornaments, like on the question, but might be too complicated.
Yeah, if they have to pick up their phone and go to it, probably is not going to work.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Avoid anything that they might have to pick up their phone for, or you could lose them. You want to keep
right.
them there with you. You want to keep your arms around them. So I like just the simple card and write it down. And oh, you can keep the pen, or you can, whatever. Give them a holiday pencil or pen or whatever to entice them, that kind of thing. Yeah. Anybody else have any ideas? Hi, Dr. Luana. Hi, Katrina. Hi, Claudine. Good to see you. Any more ideas? These are great ideas. And see how you can close, you can get their information, but just you're not really selling anything, so you don't want to sell, books. Now, Doesn't mean that you can't mention it somewhere in your speech. Hey, here's my book. Remember I've taught you how you read out of your book? So if you're teaching them something, you could read out of the book. Look at this book says eat 12, varieties of vegetables, every color of the rainbow. Oh, by the way, anybody wants this book, come and see me afterwards. They make great Christmas presents. Now, will it fall on anybody? A couple people, but that's all you want. You're not trying to sell it. But a couple people will remember, and they're probably the sober people. Wow, that'd be a great book to give to my Aunt Marge, right? And then they will come to you afterwards and get it and casually. And that's what you want, right? Because everybody is sick and tired of buying at Christmas. Everybody's after them. Buy, 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 right? So that's why we don't want to sell. We just want to mention it. And then if they want to buy it, great. If they don't, that's okay too. They make great Christmas presents, but you want to mention that. Great Christmas presents, great office Christmas presents, great neutral for all the thems out there, whatever you want to need to say with whatever group it is, right? A happy Hanukkah presents, whatever it is. So just mention it, and those that will want it will remember it, and they'll come and see you, and that's it. All right, but otherwise, no direct selling, because you're going to be the loneliest person in town after your speech if you try to do that, because they're just not interested. And I've tried it, believe me, they're just not interested. Now, I've spoke, one holiday party I did was for a business, and I was lucky enough to speak at, that restaurant. What's that restaurant, Dawn, that everybody goes to? That old one with the old.
Sycamore Inn.
Huh?
Sycamore Inn.
Yes, thank you. The Sycamore Inn out here. I mean, it is a restaurant my mom used to love, and she's been gone for close to 20 years. But it's old style, the old dark inside, and the big plush seats, chairs, the old office style, old men office style, the cigar style, whatever you want to call it, old Hollywood. I don't know what you call it, but you can't even see your food. It's so dark, and they have that little tiny dim light. Unlike nowadays that everything's open and bright. Anyway, Sycamore Inn, and they have several rooms, separate rooms, and it was for a real estate group, but they wanted a business presentation on public speaking. And so, I did all these things. I was not going to sell them. I was not going to do anything but wish them a happy holiday. And that, at the end of the day, is what you need to do. Wish them the happiest of holidays and the happiest of New Year's. But always work in. So we did 5 things, right? Number 6, always work in, or as number 5, always work in the holiday in it. Don't do your speech like the holiday isn't happening, whether or not you celebrate it or not, right? We can't really get religious because there's different people. So, I'm careful. I don't say, hey, Jesus is the reason for the season. They already know that I'm a woman of faith because I've shared it in my story. But I just keep it nice by saying happy holiday. You could say Merry Christmas if you want to, it doesn't matter. But don't pretend like nothing's happening out there in the world, you know what I mean? And forget to mention it altogether. No, it's happening. It's upon us, right? So we want to make sure we're present in the moment and that we're wishing them well and that they have a safe holiday season, or however you want to say it. So make sure you mention that. Now, one other time I was at the Queen Mary speaking. Oh, what an exciting thing that was. That too was like for a group of financial people, hundreds of people there. And it was their party, right? Well, both of them were parties, but this really was a party. And so it was they ate first. I have to think, it's that long ago. We ate dinner first. They had awards, end of the year awards, and all of that. And so I went last. So they've already, probably partying for 90 minutes. And then I went on. Now I knew this because I asked a lot of questions ahead of time and I knew what was happening. And then I went early and I asked him questions because I had brought forms. That was back in the day before QR codes. And so I brought forms for them to fill out. I brought handouts. And then when I got there and I saw the situation, I decided not to use them. And I mean, I made 200 handouts. They were like in a stack. And I had somebody that was going to hand them out. But I just didn't feel that it was appropriate, right? I felt it was more business than party. And so my whole speech, they wanted motivational. So my whole speech was, how to produce better in the new year, right? 2001 or whatever it was, year 2000, I don't remember. But it was a while back. And so it was very motivational. Now, Carol will know this, but Carol, I used Eric's stand-up thing, right? We stand up and I even forgot. What does it stand up and say? Hello, everybody, or whatever, right? At a level 10, at a level 3, then at a level 5, and then a level 10. And I used that on purpose. I got his permission and I used it, one of his signature moves, because I needed it for that group, something that they could do together and be motivated together that didn't take any thought process. And that's how I ended the speech, with them doing something like that. Okay, something powerful like that. And then I did my, usual thank yous or whatever and went on. I didn't even collect business cards. I didn't pass go. I didn't collect $200 because that particular group I knew was not the right one to do it to. I got paid for that, by the way. So they had paid me I think I got paid like $1,000 back then, which was a lot of money. But it was a big group. It was a big group and it was, it was great. So that's why I wasn't so worried about trying to sell something. The thing I want you to walk away with is when you're doing a holiday party, unlike a business presentation, your business presentation is going to be your signature talk. You've got a lot of experience with your signature talk. It's going to be in a controlled environment, right? It's usually going to be during the day and it's usually going to be no alcohol. But when you do a holiday party, it's going to be at night. There's going to be alcohol, even if it's not everybody drinking it. It's enough, the majority, right? And it's an uncontrolled environment. It's uncontrolled. You don't know what somebody's going to do when, right? You don't know if there's music playing. You don't know. I mean, it's not like when you go to a networking thing during the day and it's all controlled and everybody's all nice and they're all in their suits. You don't know what's going to happen. There could be people kissing in the booth. There could be, children there. You don't know what's going on. There could be holiday music playing in the background. So it's an uncontrolled environment. So what you want to do above all is talk a lot more to the host or who's ever inviting you and ask them every question forward and backward that you can think of, and then ask them, what am I not asking you? Because you need to know going in before you can even develop your speech. And that's what I did for the Queen Mary. I knew, and that's why I used Eric's thing, because I knew this is my gem. I needed to end with that, something powerful and motivating, but a no-brainer kind of thing. So those are the differences in business versus holiday. Have any of you done any holiday speaking yet? Jackie, have you done any?
Yeah, I've spoken at Christian Business Partners.
Okay, so
And
that's still a controlled environment.
yeah, it's very
And
controlled, and I'm doing
probably,
that again next week. That's why I have my Advent
yeah,
background.
that's not a party though.
But I have a funny story from an alcohol related thing.
Tell us.
That many years ago, we were actively building our Amway business, and
Your what business?
our Amway business,
Amway. Oh, Amway.
Amway business, and I had a lady from Nevada, who wanted me to go to Pahrump, Nevada, which is a prostitute city, and do a business presentation at her mother's home. And I first had to register the mother because she wanted to get registered. So, and at that time we called in everything. And the person in Michigan goes, "Where?" And I said, "Pahrump, like parumptity rumptity rump rump rump." And she sort of got it and laughed a little bit. So off I was to parumptity rumptity ump pump pump. And I got there all set to do a business presentation in the evening. And the mother greeted me with a highball in her hand, and she greeted all the other people, and she knew it was going to be a business presentation. And as she greeted her guests with the highball in hand, they had straws with whistles on them. And she said, "Now, if you get a little low, all you have to do is just whistle, and I'll bring you a refill." Well, it never got better.
So everybody kept whistling?
Everybody kept whistling.
Oh, goodness sake. Now, did you make a joke as you were speaking about?
I don't think I did. I think I was like, what do you do here?
But, so
I think I could now. That was BA before Arvee.
Got it. Okay. Because all you could do in that is make that part of your speech, right? So that every time it came up, oh yeah, another highball. Let's see. And because you're interrupted anyway, so you might as well go with the interruption and play with it, and then say, "Oh, that reminds me of blah blah blah," and come back, bring them back to you. But yeah, ignoring it, you just can't do it. You know. One of the funny, it just reminded me, one of the funniest speeches I've ever heard a million years ago. A guy got up. He's a famous guy. He's a publisher. I don't remember his name. He wasn't that famous, but he got up on stage and said that they wouldn't let him cuss, right? So he said instead of cussing every time he wanted to cuss, he's going to ding the spell, right? And it was so funny because he would be talking and then he would go ding ding and finish it, right? Ding ding, yes, ding ding. And it was so funny. And it seemed like an interruption, but we were all looking forward to it because it was funny, right? And so that's what you can do, because when something like that, then people are looking forward to whatever you're going to say, and then it becomes funny. And then they become attentive. And that's all we want as a speaker, is for them to pay attention, right? To us and our message. So that's a great lesson, Jackie. Thanks for sharing that. Go with it and use it. Use it. Okay?
I'm trying to think how I would have used that, because, her intro was, "Whenever you need to wet your whistle a little bit more, just whistle." And it's like,
yeah. Yeah, you know when during the thing it probably would come to you, another whistle wet, another whatever, I don't know. Depends on your speech, another, more brain cells gone. I don't know, something, depending on what your speech is. Carol, you have something?
Well, I'm I'm curious, Jackie, with if the guests are continuously wetting their whistle, might you have a product in Amway that maybe they'd like to just clean off their whistle before they use it again? Something like that. Don't know.
that's a good idea, Carol.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
actually, they probably all needed something for their livers.
Yeah. 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 Take one of these and it won't hurt your liver. Yeah, yeah, you have to go with it, play with it, but yeah, use it is the point. Use it, go with it because it's going to be interrupting anyway, so you might as well embrace the interruption and use it to your advantage, not theirs, right? It's easy to get kind of disgusted, like but that doesn't. It's not going to help you. Everybody's going to feel that, see that on your face, so you need to just embrace it and go with it, you know.
And
But
it's a good reminder of how much you need to practice your speech because those interruptions can just really throw you for a loop.
yes, yeah, they can. They can if you let them. But if you know what you're talking about, it won't, and just go with it. I mean, I've been in places, where the waiters like, I mean, there's so many times, and you have probably too by now, where you're at a networking event and the waiters are just rude. They'll walk right in front of you as the speaker, and make all kinds of noise. Hey, who's got the hamburger? That kind of thing. And I just go with it. I shut up because obviously nobody's listening to me. I'll say, "Oh, hamburger. Oh, who's got the burger? Somebody was got, and I'm trying to help the waiter out. Who's got the burger? Because usually I have a microphone. So I'll go with it to get them out of the way so I can continue with my message. You know. So, oh, what kind of burger is that? Ooh, got cheese on it? Too bad I don't eat beef. Who's eating beef here? Where's the beef? Just whatever comes to mind, right? Just jibber jabber until they leave the stage, right? Is what you want to do. Don't say anything important. Okay, so we're going to go around the room. I want to hear what your plans are for the holidays. We do have two more meetings, December 9th and December 16th, before the holidays. We are going to talk about moving forward goal setting and some of the goals you have for speaking, like we do every year. And I'm going to pull out something I wrote down last year. Some of you were here and said what goals, and we're going to see if you made those goals. So make sure that you're tallying everything up, and on the 16th, we'll see where you are and how close to those goals you are. And if not, how you can get there this next year. All right, so we're going to go around the room. I want to hear about how your Thanksgiving was, or what's happening this month for Christmas, or how are you feeling about Christmas? I will go first really quick. Since Michael died, I like to avoid Christmas at all cost. So I like to run away for Christmas. I don't do Christmas anymore, and because it's not the same without him. So I'm bombarded with Christmas everywhere, but I just try to stay cool. Christmas is outside. You'll see my outside of my house has Christmas, but inside there's no Christmas. So let's start with Carol. She was the first one here.
Well, Christmas this year, I will be traveling to Vancouver Island to spend it with my son and family, and by family, my grandchildren will be there as well. So it's going to be Christmas. I'm not sure just how it's all going to unfold, but
Yeah.
it will be nice to be there and just enjoy it. I'm gonna say, Christmas for me has shifted and changed over the years, and I flow with it versus getting caught up in the hustle and bustle. And for me, one of the things I did a number of years ago was basically said to everyone in my family, when we think about gifts, what I really treasure is gifts of time. And so that to me is very, very special because it's amazing the fun times you can have with a gift of fun.
I love that, Carol. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Very beautiful. Okay, great. All right, Dawn, are you parked now?
My what?
Are you parked?
No,
But you're not driving.
I'm driving.
Oh, you are? I don't see you driving.
I'm
Without
not lying.
hands on the wheel?
Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go. I'll use my legs.
Oh! Okay, so tell us your thoughts about Christmas.
I'm just going to chill and rest and just relax. That's my thoughts on Christmas.
Beautiful. All right, Jackie.
Oh, we're sort of like Carol. We're working on experiences, and this coming weekend we have Christmas tree lighting at our church, which is a big deal, outside activity. And then we have community players, the Christmas carols, tickets for that on Saturday night. And then Sunday we have tickets for the California Baptist University Christmas program. So we're just trying to. Last week I missed the call because we were out in the desert at the Living Desert Museum, enjoying the Christmas lights that are just fantastic. We go every year. So, and that's what we've told our kids. We don't want gifts because we don't need any gifts. So what we would like is experiences. And whatever you can think of that we can all do together as a family, that's what we like to do. And we do a lot of things. You know, we bake Christmas cookies as a family, and my husband makes fabulous, not good for you icebox rolls that are like the ones that you get at the mall with the frosting on them and everything. He makes them from scratch. It's his mother's recipe. So he does those every year, and he involves our daughter, son-in-law, and our grandson. So, and we have a lot of church activities too that we participate in.
That's beautiful. A couple of years ago, Jackie invited me and my sister, half sister. I have a adopted half sister, and we went to
The Mission Inn.
Yes, yeah, something I've always wanted to do around Christmas, and that was a beautiful, beautiful thing, and it was fun to spend time with Jackie and her husband. We had dinner outside with all the lights. It was a beautiful thing. So I'll never forget that. Yeah, beautiful experience. Beautiful experience. Okay, Karen. Yeah.
So we will probably have a full house for Christmas. People come home and sleep over normally. And we have a lot of birthdays. My husband's birthday was last weekend. My daughter's birthday is next week. So it's just kind of, we just do things together. Usually, we can't always have dinners because of everyone's schedule, but sometimes we do breakfasts or brunches. So that's kind of what happens. And I'm not, there's so many moving parts this year because a couple of people are sick and stuff like that. So my primary focus is to make a meal happen together, but not in a way that creates stress for anyone. So,
Good.
and probably along the way, we'll, make a mess and create lots of laundry, but that's all right.
You could always have like a Christmas breakfast.
Yeah, we often have Christmas breakfast. Yeah, so, and we usually do something kind of decadent at breakfast that we might not normally eat. So, croissants stuffed with cheese and cherry sauce or something like that, that's a little bit more fun to lounge around the table with. Yeah.
Very cool. All right, Dr. Luana.
It will be a little quiet this year because my son is stationed someplace. Didn't say where. We're even going to miss his birthday, which is tomorrow. So there won't be anything exciting. One of the things is I don't have to cook. I didn't have to cook for Thanksgiving either. My daughter-in-law did that, so it was nice. Um, Other than that, I'm just planning on what I'm gonna do for next year. I've been doing a lot of writing, and my plans is to continue that, but I need to come up with some promotional plans for my writing.
Very cool. How's your novel coming, your romance novel?
Well, I finished that.
You did?
I,
It's for
I finished
sale?
that. Actually have it up for sale and gotten some pretty decent numbers. Not as much as I thought, but hey, I'm grateful for everyone that I do get.
What is it called?
The Protector's Secret Baby.
The Protective what?
The Protector's Secret Baby.
Secret Baby. Very,
Yeah.
very cool. Okay, look at that smile. Woo!
Been long enough. Always wanted to write a romance, and I finally did it. So yes,
Good.
I'm happy.
Well, see, you could be saying it makes a great Christmas present. I'll sign it myself.
I'm working on another one. Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. All right, Colleen and then Karina, and then we'll end for the night. We're right up at 5 minutes, 6 minutes. We're on time.
Okay, good evening. Well, I had a full house for Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
My son, his wife, their 4 children, and some cousins from in the area. So we kind of, with the kids, the little ones, we celebrated Christmas early because I won't be going to Cincinnati. So I took them to Great Wolf Lodge. We,
You did?
uh-huh.
That's so much fun.
And we stayed overnight in one of those little
Wow.
rooms. And then I took them to Old Navy, and they each got an outfit.
Okay.
We went and had breakfast at Cracker Barrel afterwards. And what else did? Oh, Five Below is their best store. So that was done. And with the church, I'm going to be busy during Christmas. So I already began shopping for the domestic violence shelter, women's shelter. I
Okay.
do it every year. I try to get at least 100 toys or items. So I'm up to about 60 or 70 right now. I have a little bit more money left to get a few more. So hopefully I'll get 80 or 90 toys and take them over to the shelter. I'm also involved. We have a Hispanic um, church that's included with our congregation. It's pretty new, so they're doing a Three Kings celebration. So I'll be doing that with them in January. I'm going to the beach for a couple of days with my husband, and I'm going to Wisconsin and Chicago with some girlfriends.
Wow. You're busy bee.
Yeah, and then my husband's having surgery January 2nd on his foot. He has a fallen arch and it's swollen and it's the bone is sticking out. So he decided to get surgery. So for the next 6 weeks after that, we'll both be home stuck. So
Now, when you took the kids out and to Great Wolf and everything else, how many are you talking about?
3 girls. The baby is a year. I didn't take him. I took the 5-year-old, the 7-year-old, and the 9-year-old.
Oh, those are good age. So, for those of you that don't know what the Great Wolf Lodge is, there's lots of them around the country, but it's an inside ocean water park, right? So it's a water park, but they have this ocean thing that comes. So
Right.
you go and wear your bathing suit, and it's a controlled environment, so you can see the kids, and it's for kids. It's totally for
Yes.
kids, and it's
Totally.
it's they wear They wear little woofy ears,
Right.
right? Woofy ears. And I got woofy slippers. I used to have events there. Myself, my last big event was there.
Oh,
And
great.
it's a fun place for kids.
It really is. They have the big arcade, really nice things in the arcade. I mean,
Yeah.
they have little merry-go-rounds and things like that. And then sometimes they have like a dance sleep, a pajama dance or something all the kids can go to. It's just a fun place. So I'm kind of done with all of that. But the four that's in New York, I just send them a card.
Cool. Now I got these fancy ears from there. Look
Oh, nice. I like those. I haven't seen those yet.
These are the Queen Wolf
Mm.
ears. So the audience got these, and then
Uh-huh.
me this.
I like those.
Tom, do you still have your ears? You were
Yeah, I do.
and
I
you
do.
good. I don't know why I keep silly stuff, but I keep it just for Zoom calls like this. I,
That's good.
I have a clean one that lights up, but I don't know if where the light is, but I have a crown. You know.
That's pretty. I like that.
Oh, I know, crazy stuff, but it turns on, I think. There we go.
Wow. Wow.
I know, crazy. We'll have to wear our, and it has different modes. Look at that. Is that
Yeah.
somebody gave that?
That's cool.
That's cool. Okay, what fun. And then let's go to Karina. Karina, are you with us now? Yeah, that's you. I wasn't sure if that was a picture. How are you doing? Where are you? It's light outside.
I'm good. It's still a little light here.
Oh,
I'm
because
in
it's dark in
Michigan.
Upland.
It is darkening up. That's a background, a virtual background.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So what's going
Um,
on with you with Christmas or Thanksgiving? What do you want to
thank
share?
okay. Thanksgiving was fun. My cousins moved from Inglewood to Glendora, and so we had a chance to spend time with them at their new home, and they have a pool, and there are about 20, 25 of us, so it was a lot of fun.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then for Christmas, we always stay home on Christmas Day. We're up all night, Christmas Eve, usually wrapping presents or just up excited about Christmas. And so we sleep in, and then we do make a Christmas breakfast together. Then we open the gifts and just have on our Christmas pajamas and just kind of lounge around and have fun and not go anywhere on Christmas Day. We usually get with family the day after Christmas
Uh-huh.
or New Year's. And then I'm doing a spiritual retreat here on the 29th of December for a
Oh,
small group just to connect with God before the year's out. And that's it for us right now as far as plans.
good. Wow, sounds like fun. And I know you're close by. Let me have your address. I can, like the next town over for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you have a great time. Like, it's so much fun. I used to get together with big families. That we had a big family, but I'm the baby of the big family. So when you're the baby, then they kind of all move on, and then you're like, after a while, you're the only one left. So
Mm.
it's a little different dynamic when you get older, right? Okay, anyway, but I'm glad all of you have family to play with and work with and enjoy. So enjoy to the fullest. And I can't believe this year is over and we're starting a new one. So we'll see you back here next week. Um, I forgot what the topic was, but I have them planned. But then the last topic will be the art of goal setting and goal getting. And that'll be on the 16th. Okay, so have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you back here next Tuesday. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Arvee. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Arvee.
You're welcome.